and welcome back to the craft room. I am so glad that you're here. I have one finished object and I'm pretty sure I have not showed this to you yet. If I have, I'm showing it to you again. I think last time I showed it to you it wasn't quite finished. And then I have a couple of works in progress and a work in progress that I'm going to frog. Now all of these projects that I'm showing you today are Tunisian crochet. They are all hats. I know, like I said, I'm doing it because I want to, not because I feel like I have to at this point. So the first one that I have is this one right here. This is that Bernat Dippity Dots yarn. I do not know where the label is at this point, but it was interesting to work with. This is just the simple Tunisian crochet. I cannot remember how many I chained across, and I did this flat. But it does have a rolled brim, and I did gather the top, and here is where I seamed it up. And this is all I have left. I went until I ran out. I believe, well, I can measure this real quick. I believe I went to 9 inches. Yeah, well, about 10 inches total. But like I said, I did gather the top. I do have all my ends weaved in, woven in. Here is the inside of the hat. You can see I just did a single crochet to join it together, and there's the top. I think there's more dots on the back side than there is on the front side. I don't know. But anyway, that is what this looks like. I am super excited how this turned out. I've had this yarn for a while, and I have tried it multiple times. I did do a loom knit hat with this. I paired it with another yarn, and I think this was well, I didn't do it for this year, so it's been at least 2 years ago that I did it. It turned out okay, but I wasn't real impressed with it. I have tried crocheting with this, I've tried knitting with this, I've tried Tunisian crochet with this in the past, and nothing seemed to work. Now, it could have been the size of hook that I chose to use. This is fairly floppy, as you can see, because I was using a large size hook. I believe I was using the same size hook that I currently have another flat hat project on. It is a size 6.5, I believe. At least that's what it looks like, 6.5 millimeter. But I don't want to show you that hat quite yet. But I think that's what size I used, because I'm pretty sure I went straight from when I finished this one up to start the next one. So anyway, I'm going to add this to my hat bucket. This will be hat number 1. I don't know how many I'm going to make. I'm not totally sure that I'm going to do 100 hats or even attempt to do 100 hats, but chances are I probably will. So the next one I'm going to show you is one of my in the round projects. This is the one using this yarn. This is a thin yarn, like a really thin. I'm going to say, I don't know what it is, but it's too thin for what I started with it. This is a little bit too breezy for wearing in the winter time. As you can see, the holes in there. So I'm going to frog this project. In fact, I'll take my stitch markers out right now, and we will just go ahead and frog it, because I was experimenting. I thought it would look cool. It does really look cool, but I don't think I have the right size hooks currently for this method of Tunisian crochet with this yarn. So I might try this. I do have a bunch of smaller size hooks, longer hooks. So I might actually try this in the round, not in the round. Try this flat sometime in the future. All right. There we go. Saved it. No knot. So I do have a little bit more of this somewhere back over here. It's right there. I'll stick that in with there. Got my kitty cat board. Whoops. Alright, so now I have an empty project bag, which is a good thing because I'm thinking about starting another project. Is that a bad thing? I do have other projects started back here, but I've been starting a bunch of things, and normally when I start a bunch of things, then I, work on them at random, and I do usually get them done. The other hat that I'm going to show you is the other in the round hat, which I think I might just swap out the bags because this bag is kind of squishy for a full skein of yarn. Yeah, that's empty. That needs a smaller project. So I'm going to stick it in this bag that the other one was in. This is using the, I love this yarn. This is a print. The name of this print is Tall Teal. There's that one. And this is another one that I had started in the round. I do still need to do, last time I showed it to you, I have not worked on it since then, but I said I needed to add one more in the round row of increase and then start just the body of the hat. This is what it looks like. And this is using the 4 size H hooks. And I think I'm doing the extended Tunisian simple stitch on that. So there's that project. Like I said, I need one more round on that of increase, and then I can start the body of the hat on that. And I will be working on that. And the last one that I have to show you, I actually had started with this yarn. This is a Caron 1 pound, and this is the colorway, I believe it's Sunflower. I have since lost the labels to these, so who knows. I did start a project with this. This is a loom knit project, and I'm working on a double knit scarf, but yeah, that was like 2 days worth of work there. And watching all these Addie videos, I figured out and learned how to fix the bottom of the scarf. So anyway, that is a work in progress. I'll put that on the back burner for now. So most of the hat I started with this, the yellow. I decided to snip it because it was on the hat. I decided to snip it because I wanted to work on that. So because I snipped it, I decided to make the rest of the hat blue because the yellow is currently occupied with another project. But that's okay because our local school colors are blue and gold. This is another Caron 1 pound. I believe the name of this one is Royal. So I snipped that one as well. But the reason is because I had started an Addie hat with that color, and for some reason Addie was going along really well. And this is not current, this is like last year. So yeah. But anyway, Addie was going along so good, and then Addie just started being naughty and messing things up. So I have this little piece of stuff here to make a really great cowl. But I snipped it and I have put on a row, and I'm just going to unravel it as I go. And when I run out, I run out. Or if I finish the hat and I have some left over, I can just tie it on to the current skein that I have. So here is my hat. This is a hat that, whoops, started out with one idea, merged into something completely different. But I left it because it'll definitely be a unique hat. Now this one was started in the round. No. This one was started flat. This is a flat Tunisian hat. I cannot remember how many numbers that I started out with, but I do know it was an odd number, which worked out good because the final stitch that I decided to do actually works with an odd number, which I think is awesome. And what I was trying was different stitch combinations, and the one that I had started with was a combination of 3 plus 2. So that means that stitch combination took 3 simple Tunisians to make the stitch, and then of course your 2 is your 2 end chains at the beginning and the end of the row that does not count as a stitch. So here is what we have. I started it at the bottom with a ribbing. As you can see, it is a 2. What did I do? Did I do 2-2? No, I think it's a 2-1. So 2 Tunisian knit stitch and then 1 reversed, what is it? Reverse purl stitch. I couldn't think of it. So 2 Tunisian knit and then a reverse purl. And then I got up here after like about an inch or so of that, and I went a couple of rows with just straight knit. But anytime I do Tunisian knit stitch, it just is a really super bulky hat. I think I might need to go up a couple of hook sizes in order for that to work out a little bit better. But my friend sent me a link to what the particular individual that posted it called. It's a Tunisian lattice stitch. And I will try and put a link to that down in the description if I can find it. I'll have to scroll way back to find that link, or maybe she can find it for me and I won't have to scroll way back. But I'm pretty sure I've done this stitch before, and I think everybody calls it something a little bit different. But it's a super simple stitch. It did work with my combination of 3 plus 2, which is awesome. So this is what I have. As you can see, most of the body of the hat is that Tunisian lattice. I think it gives it kind of a vintage look. And I think I measured this a little bit ago, and I want to say I'm about 7 inches. Let me look again. Without stretching it, I'm sitting right about 7 inches. I need to go about 9 to 10 inches for sure to accommodate for the gathering of the crown of the hat. So I'm going to, like I said, once I put on this blue, I'm going to finish this off with blue, and then I'm going to gather it and sew it together. Just like that. And then this obviously will be down here like this. Kind of looks like it's got fringe on the bottom. But here's what the inside of my hat looks like for those that are curious. And this is definitely a lot looser than what the Tunisian knit and this other one, the ribbing, is, because you can see, even though I used a larger hook, that bottom piece is just curling right up, and then the rest of it doesn't really curl at all. So all I did down here on this end where I snipped my yellow and I added on my blue, I just the last pull through of the chain I did with the blue, and then I was starting with the blue on my next row, and I just did the stitch combination all the way across, which I'm not going to explain how to do that right now in this video, but because I'm still kind of learning and experimenting. But this is what I have, and I'm hoping to be able to finish this hat and maybe that other, this one with the teal. Fingers crossed, but fingers not crossed, because I'd rather be busy than be able to have time to crochet, honestly. But I like to crochet too. And I'm thinking about starting another, probably Tunisian hat. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, so I want to thank you guys for joining me here in the craft room. Let me know in the comments what you've been working on, and I will see you right back here for my next video.